Okay, folks, this is Mike Messier, for Christ's sake. This is the osprey nest for long-time Mike Messier viewers, subscribers. You can see the fly like an eagle, but a loyal participant told me that it's actually an osprey nest, but the osprey does not seem to be around. But we're going to do our A Quiet Place. The first one, reaction. Now this is 2021 when I'm doing this. I actually saw the movie when it came out in 2017. I couldn't really remember it when I saw the sequel, Quiet Place 2, twice since it came out. And I'm pretty sure I did my Mike's Instant Movie review from Orlando when I saw that. Today, I could have seen both movies as part of the Regal Cinema app. I could have seen them both. However, I'll be honest with you, I left after seeing A Quiet Place 1. Now, why did I leave? It was no disrespect. It's just I've seen Quiet Place 2 twice in the last 6 weeks or whatever it's been, and I just have other things to do with my life. Now, I just had a really weird experience I'm going to tell you about. Leaving the theater, I'm going out to do things with my day, and of course, it's another weird situation. Young woman, she looked like she was 20 years old, and that maybe a little bit older, 21, 22, who knows. Excuse me? I'm like, oh, fuck. And and I don't know what she wants. She's like, can I use your phone? I gotta call my brother. So I'm like, okay. What the fuck am I gonna do? Say no? She's like, my brother's right inside. I gotta call him. So I give her the fucking phone. And then she calls him. And then she just yells at him. And I'm like, I didn't even hear the guy say anything in return. She's just yelling at him. Yo, you gonna just go to a movie and leave me out here to chill? And I'm like, what the fuck? She's yelling. She's like, she's saying her brother's inside the theater and she's yelling at him. And then she hands me back. And now see, I'm like watching her the whole time. Like, am I going to have to go on a foot chase if this little person is going to take my phone and run? You know, what the hell's... Is this a scam? I mean, please tell me. Is there some scam that I'm missing out on? And then she fucking just hands me back my phone in a huff. No thank you. No thank you. Nothing. And just storms into the theater. I'm like, okay, that was weird. I check my fucking phone. And I'm in fucking Florida, okay? She called Holyoke, Massachusetts. Okay, what the fuck's going on? Why would this kid have a Holyoke, Massachusetts number here? It makes little to no sense. Then I start trying to do the whole goddamn thing of looking up this fucking number. Is this some type of scam? Did they just fuck me in the ass on my phone? And I can't find anything. I blocked the goddamn number so these cretins can't get in touch with me. Not that they give a fuck, but it's like, is there some type of fucking scam? Now, I wanted to find out if there was a goddamn scam, but the problem such is the problem that I don't want to pay $1 for a fucking been verified fucking thing. I don't give a shit that much. I mean, Christ. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why I tell you folks, the fine subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel audience, please, at least do your own goddamn thing. If you want to be a fucking savior to the world, but I don't roll my fucking window down when people have the cardboard signs, and I avoid eye contact with strangers. I don't want fuckers fucking with me. You know what I mean? And there's too many pieces of shit in the world with too many fucking nickel and dime scams that want to fuck you in the goddamn metaphorical ass for me to give a flying fuck. I've been around the goddamn block, and I don't have time for this bullshit. So hopefully this Holyoke, goddamn Massachusetts thing is not a fucking scam. It's just some fucking chick and her weird brother who happen to be here, and it's all legitimate. But if I get some weird goddamn bill or some weird goddamn shit, I know that I fucked myself in the ass. So there you fucking go. You try to be a nice fucking guy, and people just fuck you and fuck you and fuck you. So let's talk about this goddamn movie. It's great. I mean, I see the whole fucking appeal. There was supposed to be a little goddamn video, and I hate to call him this because I'm sure he gets it all the time, the guy from The Office. What the fuck? Sorry, I don't know your name. Just like the fucking Newman guy is Newman from Seinfeld. This guy is the guy from The Office. John Krasinski, is that his name? Look, if your name was a little bit easier to pronounce, I wouldn't botch it. By the way, as soon as she gave me my phone back, I went searching for a fucking screen wipe to clean my phone after she touched my phone. Okay? It wasn't like she was a weirdo. It just kind of, I mean, what the fuck? So any goddamned way. The movie's pretty great. Okay, spoilers. What I don't understand, spoilers because I totally forgot most of this movie when I saw it the first time. So here they're having the kid. How does dad die? Is this the thing with these movies? Dad dies all the time? Like dad dies at the end of A Quiet Place, and now magically he's resurrected for A Quiet Place 2. But we don't see him die at the end of Quiet Place 1, but we kind of hear him die. We assume he's dead. So what's going on? I mean, is he dead or not? Is that just the thing with these movies? Like, oh, you don't know what the deal with dad is. He's just fucking here and then he's not. Is Quiet Place 2 now like a reimagining of the story? Is it not really a sequel, but a reimagining? You know what I mean? Are they parallel movies without being the same movie? Are they, you tell me. Is it's going to take, and I don't know if these movies justify like how people put time into trying to figure out the Pulp Fiction timeline. See, I think that's the part of the thing now is like, oh, just make a movie with a bunch of plot holes and time mistakes and errors and let the fanboy fucks and the fangirl fucks of the world try to figure it out. In Holyoke, Massachusetts, where apparently the Quiet Place convention's taking place. I really thought this chick was going to try to run off with my phone, and I was just getting ready to just run. It's not something I want to do. But I have a pretty goddamn good phone, and I just didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I try to be a nice guy. I try. And I have my phone in my hand. I just don't know if she called some weird goddamn number. And of course, if I tell this story to people and say, oh, you should never let your phone be used by somebody else. Everyone's got a goddamn lecture. But of course, when they're in the heat of the battle of life, does it occur to them to do every goddamn thing? Everyone's a fucking expert on everyone else's situation but their own. You know what I mean? So whatever the fuck. Try to be a nice fucking guy. And, you know, what the fuck. Any goddamn way. It's a good movie. I mean, it's interesting. What's his dick? Krasinski, the guy from The Office, in his little video. See, I didn't like what he said, because in his little video he says, oh, this is, welcome back to the theater. I never thought I'd direct a creature double feature. I didn't like that term. He used the term creature double feature. Okay, you can use that if you want. But I'd like to think these movies are a little more sophisticated than the 1950s movies. And they're your movies, John. So why do you have to shit and piss on them? I mean, I just don't think people realize that when they use words, they fuck themselves. Because it's like, welcome to the creature double feature. Well, that puts in my mind like the fucking Creature from the Blue Lagoon and shit like that. And I'd like to think of myself as a little bit more educated. I'm just trying to tell you things. Everyone's got their goddamn nostalgia. Like people that grew up in the 50s and 60s will always harp on the movies back then and how great it was and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. Now you see assholes harping on the 2000s. Oh, everyone thinks that when they grew up was the best. Although in 20 years, no one's going to say, oh yeah, that 2020, what a great year. I had so much fun sitting at home with people I can't stand. You know what I mean? Thinking about not dying every goddamn day. You know what I mean? But to get to the point of this fucking movie, it is a testimony to the family. It's a testimony to the human need to survive, to people being tough. The real hero of these movies, although now that I saw the first one again, they make little to no sense with the chronology of when did dad die, is the fucking character development of the daughter, Millicent, or whatever her real name is, but it's the character development of the daughter. She's a natural-born warrior. I forgot, spoilers, I forgot all about the son in the first one dying. Totally fucking escaped my memory. And so they had a kid, now they have another kid. So there's some dramatic moments here, like when the mother has given birth to the new child and she's reflecting upon the death of the first child and how she could have held him in her arms. So there's a lot of powerful things here. Not that I'm in this category, but if you're a person, a family that had a dead child, or a child that died, I should say, and then had another child, and you have that Mike Von Erich syndrome going, these movies might really hit you in the feels, now wouldn't they? So any fucking way. Stanley Cup's on tonight. Tampa Bay, the city is flooded. I don't know if they're actually going to play the game. See, back then, meaning a year ago, 2 years ago, you'd never say, oh, gee whiz, are they going to postpone the hockey game, the Stanley Cup? But now with all this world events, everything's just become so expendable and so human that we don't know if they'll actually play the game. So we'll see. I'm going to watch the goddamn hockey game like a fucking man. Will I be sitting there watching AEW, Johnny and others? No, I'm going to be watching hockey, and I'll tape the goddamn wrestling, and I'll skip through it. Why? Because the Stanley Cup takes precedent. Because I say so. And I'm a little sick and tired of people not paying respect to the Stanley Cup. These hockey guys bang themselves up. They bruise themselves up. They go out there and fight, and play hockey. And I want to see more people watching these goddamn hockey games. So subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Watch my original films. Someone the other day was saying, Mike, I need something to watch. It was Ian. And I said, why aren't you watching Messier Mantra? 5 hours of enjoyment. 6 episodes, about 5 hours. You can see it right here on the subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Messier Peace Theater is what I meant to say. Messier Peace Theater presents that night. Wonderful. Okay, bye.